So according to my dashboard, it says it's 37 degrees, y'all. And this is your reminder to get you some fleece tights because I am not wearing any tights today. However, I probably should be. And I have been looking at fleece tights um, since last week. Now, I knew they existed before last week, but last week I kept seeing ads for them, and it was my first time actually going to the website to see like what kinds of fleece tights I could get. And they have them in all different, like they have four different colorways. And what I like about it is that it looks like your skin, but it's not, and it's opaque in any way, see through. Um, but they're stretchy and they really good material, and most importantly, they keep you. So I'm going to be investing in some My Fleecies, I think, because I looked at a few different brands, but I feel like My Fleecies is the best out of all the ones that I saw. And since I'm a skirt and dress nista, and I just talked about this last week, so if you were here last week, you already heard me say my spiel about wearing dresses and skirts in the wintertime, and how, we be making it seem like it's a nothing burger, but when I say we, I mean women. We be making it seem like it's a dub for that once the temperatures drop, but really, it's not. It shouldn't be. You just gotta prepare. You just gotta layer it. Like today, I'm wearing a bodysuit and a leather skirt, right? The skirt comes down to about my knees. But yeah, I don't intend on not wearing dresses or skirts in the wintertime just because it's cold. So I'm definitely gonna, if you would like to donate to the Fleece Tights Fund, I would appreciate that. They have some deals where you could get like two for 40, I think, something like that. The thing is, because they're made so well, they're going to be durable, they're going to last. Whereas when you buy like regular tights, you get maybe two wears out of them before you got to go get another pair, because they've always been made so flimsy. So yeah, I'm on my way to work. And if you drive the New Jersey roadways, specifically the Garden State Parkway, then you know how aggressively you have to drive. And I think that's just Jersey in general, to be honest. But to compare the two, I feel like New Jersey Turnpike is a lot more forgiving than the Parkway is. People be a little treacherous on the Parkway. So I'm telling you right now, you might hear me curse. You might. I worked on my road rage while I was in Texas. So the good thing about that is I gained some patience. But now that I'm back in Jersey, it didn't take very long for me to pick up my potty mouth. Monday morning traffic is usually the most treacherous. It's not too thick this morning though. On the other side, you can't see it, but on the other side of the parkway going north, it's very thick right now. Thicker than normal. So there must have been an accident or something, because it's like crawling by. And usually I would say you're going like at least 25, 30 miles per hour. But today it looks like they're literally just inching by. Like right now, I'm doing 40 and nobody's hitting their brakes, but that's just a testament to how many of us are on the road right now. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that. I hope everybody's having a great start to their week. I hope you get everything you came for this week. I am going to glance. Good morning, Andre. Good morning, Sick Diggy and CG Rooster, or whatever that says, LLC. I'm driving, so I'm not going to be able to really read what y'all are saying. And I have my camera set up in the passenger seat. Just trying to test out using this holster in the car. Typically, I use this holster when I'm live streaming at home because it's like a clip-on. You can clip it to the laptop or your desk. But I'm testing this out because I said I was going to get a holster for the car, and this weekend came and went, and I didn't do that. So we're just testing this one out to see if it's a good fit. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I retwisted my hair this weekend, so feeling really good about that. Feeling really accomplished. It doesn't take me too long to twist my hair. It really takes me like maybe an hour. And I don't think that's too long because in relation to the fact that I used to braid my hair, like I used to do my own extensions, and that takes like 6 or 7 hours for me to do. This is nothing. Like retwisting my locks for an hour, it's really nothing. But I will say that getting my hands used to the twisting motion sometimes gives me cramps. But nothing insurmountable. I was gonna have my radio playing, but I was like, I don't want to get a copyright strike just because I have the radio playing in the background while I'm talking to y'all. But you might be seeing more of these kind of live streams from me going forward. I went to go see Wicked yesterday. Shout out to the Artisan MC and the Geek Elite family, because he allowed me the space to talk about it on his panel, and I'm going to talk about it some more this morning on my own channel. But I was not planning to see the movie, so if you remember hearing me say that I wasn't going to see it, you're not mistaken. However, my grandmother bought tickets for all of us, meaning her, myself, and my mom, to go see it. And so when Nana plans something, you don't just opt out, right? I couldn't just opt out. She wasn't asking me if I wanted to go. She was telling me, we're going. So we went. Not exactly how I wanted to spend 3 hours of my day on Sunday, not gonna lie to you. I was not interested in that necessarily, but I'm still glad we went. I thought it was a cool thing to do, but like I told my mom before, because me and my mom were on the same page. Like 20 minutes in, we were like, this is horrible. I leaned over to my mom, I was like, this is pretty bad. She goes, it's horrible. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Mind you, my grandmother was all in the entire movie. She was just all into it, which is sweet because it's a testament to who my Nana is, and she is a sweetheart. She really is, for better or worse, you know. And you know, we got a big bucket of popcorn. Before the previews were over, my grandmother was munching on that popcorn. She loves her some popcorn. I like movie theater popcorn too. That's kind of like the highlight of me going to the movie theater though. I prefer to go and get some hot movie theater popcorn, like freshly popped, like with the butter and everything. Like, I don't add salt to it, but I do add butter. But yeah, after like maybe 10 handfuls, I'm probably done. I never eat a whole bucket. I never feel the need to eat that much of it. Oh look, there's a speed demon. You about to kill somebody. And it's a Nissan Altima too. And it's a woman, and the front bumper is loose. Look at this shit. Oh my God. I wish y'all could see this. See, I told y'all I would be cursing. Wow. I wish you could see what I just saw. Maybe not. You might have been startled, but look, I'm over here chilling in the left lane going 70, and I'm not trying to go no faster because it's Monday morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still traffic out here. You can't just be zipping in and out, especially not in no Nissan Altima. I digress. Altima culture is a thing. Shout out to Mr. Z. But yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so the movie, it just wasn't for me, you guys. It just wasn't for me. The movie wasn't for me. It wasn't my cup of tea. It didn't speak towards any of my sensibilities. Didn't resonate with me. I will say though, something that Artisan highlighted last night on his show was that there was a moment in the movie that she was really vulnerable, and you know, he said it touched him or whatever, and I'll give him that. Like, because we can all relate to being the weird one. Well, maybe we all can't, but I can. I can relate to being the weird one who doesn't know the cool dances and doesn't pull off the cool stance or the cool clothes or the cool hair or whatever, and just wanting to have a good time and letting my quote-unquote freak flag fly. I can relate to that not being well received and being the butt of a joke in a group of people, in a room of people. I can relate to that. But it still didn't hit me in the feels the way I think it hit a lot of other people. So yeah, that it just, to me, the movie was trying too hard to get this story across of like, oh, two people from different walks of life coming together and forming a beautiful friendship. She's green and this one is pink and wears a lot of pink, and she's blonde, and you know, like, all right, cool, I guess, whatever. So yeah, it just wasn't a movie that I would have paid my hard-earned money to go see, but because someone else did and they invited me, I went. Another thing my mother and I talked about as we were walking out of the movie is that we are in the time of remakes upon remakes. The Wizard of Oz, to me, was fine by itself the way it was. Why are we doing like a prequel? Why are we doing a backstory? Why are we doing a side story, an exploration of all these other different, like, I don't know. I hate to sound curmudgeonly because I'm not, but it's just like, I remember a time where the creativity was just brimming. And you couldn't wait to go see the new this or what Steven Spielberg did next, or, you know, like, I just think that nowadays those hard-hitting names that used to exist, right, they had their time, but they weren't replaced. We don't have a slew of directors that you could just name off the top of your head where you're like, I love everything this person does. This is great. This person is wonderful at what they do. And, you know, there are, I'm sure each one of us could name one director that we fuck with like that. But there used to be a time where you could rattle off 5 names and their recent works and be like, yeah, this is where it's at. So maybe my bar is too high. I don't know. But I just was like, this is what, all right, this is what y'all are going around in press junkets crying about? Because Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are crying in every fucking piece of press that they've done for the movie. Ugh. And I'm a woman. And I love friendship. And I love bonding. I love all of that. But this movie was just so try-hardy. Even with the, like, amount of diversity in it. I wasn't mad at it, but I also was like, okay, I get it. The world is a melting pot and everybody can exist and we all should coexist. I get that. But even down to the part where they were trying to make her feel like less than because she was green, it was like that was even like trying too hard. Because, yo, if somebody green walks past you, you probably are going to look twice. But I feel like your next immediate thought is going to be, oh, that's probably just makeup. Or they're probably wearing a costume. And then you're going to go on with the rest of your day. You're not going to perseverate on it. You're not going to stare. You're not going to point. You're not going to call somebody up and be like, yo, guess what I just... Like, these were the reactions that she was getting, to the point where... Anyway, I don't even want to talk about the movie, to be honest with y'all. It just wasn't a... It wasn't a go for me. It wasn't for me. A movie that I am really interested in seeing is, I think it's called A Real Pain, or Real Pain, starring, I forget his name and this is so bad, but Macaulay Culkin's brother and Adam Sandberg. That movie looks like it's going to be good. Totally different from Wicked. Totally not a musical. Not that I hate musicals, because I do like musicals. Like I said to Artisan last night, one of my favorite musicals is The Lovely, the story of Cole Porter. That was a great movie. The soundtrack, amazing. But again, I guess I just don't like musicals that are based on like sing-songy, bright, cheery, corny stuff. I like musicals that range from the moments where life is bright and cheesy to moments when life is kind of dark and shit happens that you don't like, or your heart is broken, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The Lovely ran the gamut for me, and I just think if we're going to talk musicals, that's probably my number one favorite musical. Then you've got, West Side Story, you've got Footloose. Those are all great. But some of this other stuff is like, how can we out-cornify ourselves? Let's be really corny. Let's make the costumes really ornate for no reason. Okay, the temperature has gone up to 43 degrees. We got in the car, it was 37. Now it's 43. Shout out to that. I'm wearing a coat today because it's coat season. We just about into December, and it's going to be coat season for the next 4 months, because we don't get back into jackets until like April in New Jersey, which is why I don't want to be here. I want to be in a warm climate where I get to wear dresses and skirts with reckless abandon, because I don't need tights and I don't need leg warmers, and I don't need knee-high boots. I just bought myself a new pair of over-the-knee boots too, because I had to replace the ones that I had in Texas because I couldn't bring them with me. I could fit them in the car. I brought all the shoes that I could, and I had to make some tough decisions on like, all right, am I going to wear these a lot or a little? Are they practical? I had to make some tough decisions. So some shoes got left behind, some clothes got left behind, dresses that I'm pissed about that I left behind. I'm real mad about this. There's 2 dresses that I bought in recent years, in the last 2 years, that I'm mad that I left in Texas or threw out or whatever I did with them. It was a gray one and it's green, but not green in the sense of like Kelly green like in the sense of seafoam or like teal. But anyway, they were sweater dresses that I could be wearing right now, and I'm kicking myself that I did not bring with me. The whole coming back to New Jersey thing just didn't work out the way I thought it would. Even with the planning of leaving and clearing out my storage unit, it just didn't go the way I thought it would. And yeah, I the whole, like, okay, so jumping across another subject now, I went to, well, no, let me back up. Not I went to, scratch that. So I have had to realize the art of letting go as a result of coming back to New Jersey, right? I have had to let go really good with change. I happen to not be one of those people. Like, I can do it, I can adjust, but I do like a guarantee. I do like an expectation that I know can be met. I enjoy those things. So when those things cease to be a source for me, I'm not okay. And so this summer I was not okay when I started realizing how much of my life was changing as a result of not only moving to Texas, but then having to move back to New Jersey. Then there were some other things that I'll probably talk about at a later time, because I want to really dive deep into them, because they're very emotional for me. I just know I went through a lot over the months of June, July, and August. I have never cried so much in my life as I did in June and July. I cried my eyes out every day for 2 months straight. Like, I just realized that the vulnerability that I would always mask and cover up was no longer able to be covered up anymore. And I let all those walls come down. So very much a lot of what I had to let go of in Texas was kind of trying to get me, prepared for, hey, you're going to have to let go of some shit. You're going to have to relinquish the control that you actually never had, but you thought you did. You're going to have to stop suppressing the big emotions that come with these things too, because guess what? That doesn't work for you anymore. We're vulnerable over here now, girly. Get in. We're doing feelings. And so I'm on the other side of it now, and I'm feeling better now, and which is why I feel like I'm ready to talk about some of those things, and I will, but not during this stream. But yeah, it's just amazing when you start to connect the dots in life and realize, like, okay, I had to go through this, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have made this connection. I wouldn't have come to this conclusion. Life would not have turned in my favor. And when people say that whole thing about letting go of what's familiar to make room for something greater, it's true. It's a real thing. I'm on the turnpike now, guys. So see, like, you can't see, but you won't hear me cursing right now, because I'm only going to be on the turnpike for like 5 minutes, but it's a lot less traffic on the turnpike. So this is what I mean about the difference, because Gardner State Parkway is just more stressful road. I think collectively as New Jerseyans, we all realize that the minimum speed limit you go on the turnpike is 80 miles per hour. So that works well. Whereas on the parkway, the speed limit is 65, but you're probably not going to be able to even do more than that on the parkway, just because of sheer traffic volume. Yeah, I went and took my car to get oil changed on Saturday too, so it's running really well. This is Vinny. My car's name is Vinny, in case you were wondering. Mr. Z, hey! We all need a good cry. Yes. Yo, you're right, Naima. You're right about that. But, like, I used to be someone who never cried. And if I did, I would only do it in private. I would never let anybody see me cry. So a lot of those things that used to define me and I was proud to say about myself have changed as a result of what I've gone through over the past, honestly, year. I won't even just lay it on this summer. I'm going to say it's been the better part of a year, because it was around this time last year that I lost my job in Texas, which started me on the process of letting go and realizing, like, okay, whatever you thought was going to be a constant, perhaps it's not going to be. And what are you going to do about it? I was resistant at first because it didn't connect to me immediately that, well, life is trying to show you, like, this. First of all, you're not supposed to be in Texas. Life was trying to show me, like, you got to leave. And I was just resistant. I was just, like, hell-bent on staying, right? So to me, it was like, all right, I can't stay. I couldn't keep this job, fine, but I'll find another one, because finding jobs has never been an issue for me. I've always been able to land a new job pretty easily. Not that I was a job hopper necessarily, but, you know, as soon as some BS started popping up at my place of work, regardless of what it was and who it was, I would start planning my exit. And I just never had a problem with doing that. I was job perkness. No, but you know, as you get older, you start to realize the safety in not rocking the boat and stuff like that. So I stopped always looking for the next best job, and I got comfortable at a place that I ended up working at for 10 years accumulatively. However, it was not 10 years straight through. I worked there for like 7 years at one point, and then I left, moved to Virginia for a year, came back to Jersey, and started working for the same company again, which culminated in 10 years worth of work for that same company. So that was the longest job I ever had. Most jobs I've worked 1 to 2 years, and I've had a lot of jobs. I've been working since I'm 14. So you do the math. But again, coming back to Jersey without a job, and then finding it very difficult to find a job in New Jersey, to the point where I was just telling Mr. Z this. I'm working now, but it's not a job that I love. It's not a job that I feel the most aligned with, meaning that it's below the standard of pay that I'm accustomed to, but it's also not a robust role, meaning that I be listening to YouTube for 90% of my workday because I can do my job with my hands tied behind my back. Okay? And so I'm not in the slowing down phase of my life yet. So I still have a lot of gas in the tank, and I want to use it, right? So it's discouraging when you think about how much potential you have, but just not finding the opportunity to match your potential with a need, right? And so that's kind of where I'm at now. It's better to be working than to not be working, though. So I'm not complaining about that. I'm just looking forward to the next opportunity being a little bit more aligned with where I want to go and what I have to offer. And being able to say that I can't even watch YouTube because I'm so focused on what I'm doing, you know? I love watching YouTube during the day, don't get me wrong. Like, the Black Man is inspiring me to explore so many facets of YouTube, because I now realize there's so many content creators that are talking about the things that I actually want to hear and want to discuss. So I love that about YouTube. And it's why I watch less TV now, because there really isn't anything on television where I feel like I can go to and hear the things I want to hear about. So I couldn't tell you anything about what's going on with Real Housewives. I used to watch that maybe like 6 years ago, like religiously. I would watch a couple of different franchises of that, but I don't watch that anymore. I'm like checked out completely. Like, I know who some of the people are, Don't get me wrong, but YouTube is hitting for me, especially when you have people who are actually knowledgeable about what they're speaking of, have some real life experience. Those are the people I enjoy listening to the most on YouTube. Some of y'all don't need a microphone though. Just saying. Keeping it all the way 100. All right, it's just about 8 a.m. My work day doesn't start until 9, but I typically get to work around 8:15, 8:20. Because the early bird gets the worm. But I just never, honestly, I leave my house so early because you just never know what the traffic is going to be like. And punctuality means a lot to me. So that's really all it is about for me. It's never really... I've never been the person who is habitually late. Like, you know how there's some people, they just can't get out of their house on time every morning, and they traipse in at 9:05, 9:10, 9:15 on a regular basis. I could never be that person. I don't know if it's because I myself am judging me, or if it's because of the judgment of others that I'm worried about. But I'll be like, nah, let me get to where I'm going. Let me get ready way ahead of time so I don't have to worry. Get ready to pay the toll. Also, oh, look at this. There's no backups. I love this. There's a lot of times when I come over here to this side of the turnpike to get to 18, and there's like mad tractor trailers blocking and people driving sideways to get from one lane to the next. And it's like really hard to fight your way over because I'm going 18 south and most of the traffic is going 18 north. And so when you got to fight across traffic to get there, yeah. Yes, Dre. So basically, it's a typical job. Yes. Can we admit that 2008 deleted more than the economy? I'm entertaining the idea that pop culture largely got deleted. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Termo Cat. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm driving, so I haven't been able to. Okay. I had Easy Pass, which is in Texas is called Texas Toll Tag, right? But it doesn't work in New Jersey. And when I first got back to New Jersey, it was trying to read my shit, but it wasn't. And so the message would display, call service center. And then I got a ticket for $50. And so I had to rip that shit off of my windshield. And I had New Jersey Easy Pass at one point. Hello. But once I took the desponder out a long time ago, and so I don't know where it is. And so when you don't have that, you technically can't be using it. You technically can't be using your Easy Pass when you don't have the actual desponder. So I actually need to call customer service and get them to send me another one so that I could get my Easy Pass back going, because I'm wasting money by actually paying cash. But yeah, I will do that. This is just the thing. I happened to find this job and wasn't necessarily looking to work in a place that it would require such a commute. But that's the rub. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna work here because they're gonna hire me and I'm gonna be bringing in money. Because when you my bank account was looking so grim for so long that I was like, I don't even care that it's an hour drive, an hour and a half in traffic, 45 minutes without. I don't even care. I'm just gonna take it. So that's the story about my commute and where I'm working right now. Office of Assemblyman Sterling Stanley. That is a name. Sterling Stanley. Oh, thank you. Sikdiki said all in due time, Toya. For sure. That's another thing, like relinquishing control. Realizing you do not have control of the timing of things, but that you must trust the timing. I've said that on my channel plenty of times. As part of the reason for the name change, trust. I am trusting myself, trusting the timing, trusting that I am where I'm supposed to be, and trusting that I'm going to get where I want to be too. All that. Now I'm behind the police officer. Better to be behind than in front, though, right? I am really close to the office, and I'm trying to think, do I want to stop at Wawa and get a coffee? I think I'm going to drink tea this morning. Yeah, I'm not going to stop. The only thing is, I can't get in the office right now anyway. I'm too early to get, like, it's only 8:03 and I'm like 5 minutes away, so I'm way earlier than normal. But my boss doesn't actually get to the office until like 8:45, which is another reason why I was like, let me start making commuter content, because I'm like, if I'm gonna be in the car for this long and I can't even get in the office anyway, I might as well talk to y'all. It's 44 degrees now. We might hit 50 today, y'all. We might actually hit 50 degrees. 50 degrees. I'm also going to be posting, I'm going to do a reel later. I haven't put it all together yet, but I started like recording content for it. There's this white woman I follow on Instagram who, I forget her name, but you may have heard her, you may have seen her before. She talks a lot about how she was an addict, and growing up, she was just kind of like out of it for her teenage years and 20s. And so, but she makes really funny content. And one thing she and I have in common that I love to talk about all the time is the fact that neither one of us have a wagon. Neither one of us is packing a gat in the back of the act, right? And so she made this video about it, and I've been recording content to use to the audio. So look forward to that. Stay tuned if you want to see these flapjacks. I love making fun of myself. That's the thing. I like, as beautiful as I think I am, and as many redeeming qualities as I have, I'm clear on what I don't. I'm clear on the fact that, if you are the type of guy that likes a girl that has a fatty, slim waist, fat ass, whatever, like, I'm not the girl for you. I'm never going to be able to give you that. At one point, I was able to give you a nice rack, but then I got a breast reduction, and then I lost weight. So I can't even give you that anymore. But what I can give you is a pretty smile, and I got some nice legs, But I know what I don't have. I know what I can't offer you, and it's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and talk about all this wagon I'm dragging. That's not really dragging. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh, somebody is here. Look at that. I see somebody here. cracking up though, because I know who it is. But I'm like, why is he here this early? Neither one of us can get in right now anyway. And this is normally when I park my car. I'm a backer inner, y'all. I'm a backer inner. I don't pull in, I back in. So this is normally when I would get out of the car and film myself kicking around leaves and stuff, but I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I do. I need to get one. I need to get a holster on my dashboard. But this is the thing. I have sideways vents. Like I have vertical vents instead of I said that wrong. I have vertical vents instead of sideways vents. Most people have the ones that go like this. Mine go like this. And so when you get one of those things that like clips on to the vent, that doesn't work in my car. So I'm gonna have to get one that either goes in the cup holder or a clip on something. Like, I don't want the one that attaches to your windshield. I'm good on that. I do not want that one. Let me turn this way since now I'm parked. So yeah, I do need to get that. Yes, horizontal. Horizontal instead of, I know the word. I just wanted to say sideways this time. Sometimes I use words that maybe don't make sense, you guys. I'm not perfect. Although I am a grammar snob, I'm not one of those like who speaks perfectly all the time. He said, "Are you out your mind?" I am not having a cold beer. It is 8:08 here. A breast reduction is blasphemy. You're right. BGS said the same thing. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's already done. It happened in 2001, a long time ago. It's a whole wrap for those titties. But I still have some. I still have a little something, but it's just, they're not as big as they used to be. And I'm okay with that. Because before I was even plus size, I used to have to actually go get my bras at Lane Bryant. And that was not fun because they were not cute. So imagine being in your teens, early 20s and wanting to be cute, wanting to be sexy. Because you know how we used to wear business casual to the club. Remember that? Remember we used to wear business casual to the club? You would wear a little vest over your white button up. Do you remember that? So yeah, like sometimes you would wear something with a little bit of a neckline and you want to wear a lacy bra or something. You can't even do that when you got big boobs. You can't do that. I could barely button up the white button up. Anyway, I digress. Mr. Z said, me and my lady literally look forward to the Caspian Report and real life lore. I don't watch TV either. Yeah, shout out to you and Miss Z. Miss Z seems like a cool chick for real. Like if I come down to Miami, we're going to have a meal. I'm putting it out there. We're not only am I going to meet you, Mr. Z, but I'm also going to meet Miss Z because I want this to be an above board meeting. I don't want nobody thinking I'm trying to whoop whoop de woo with Mr. Z. That's not even the case. Like, and you know how people get on YouTube. But no, that for real, I feel like Mr. Z is the brother I always never had. And so for that reason, I'm willing to come to Miami and chill, have a meal. I put lotion on this morning, y'all. I'm looking at my legs and I'm like, ooh, it don't even look like I lubed up good, y'all. I would show y'all, but I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna put some more lotion on while we're sitting here speaking. I carry a travel bottle of lotion. I carry that. I carry hand sanitizer. Like, I don't play. But this is the risk you take when you come out bare-legged in the wintertime. Like, what was I thinking? I know some people who've had a reduction mostly for back and shoulder issues. Yeah. Bullet resistant vest. My great granny used to have those kind of bras and she used to buy me them and I'd be like, I do not want to wear this, and she'd be like, this is what you need. So I couldn't even be mad because she was right. I did. Yeah, you can't be out here looking ashy, Andre. You can. And I'm not ashy, but I'm just like, if I press on my skin and I see like, you know what I'm talking about? When you like, when you press on your skin and you like see the lines or whatever. I don't even know. But like, I don't like seeing that. So I'm like, let me put on another coat. Let me put on another coat of lotion before I actually get out of the car. Because I am going to get out and I am going to kick around some leaves so y'all can see that while I still can. Because they're actually, most of the trees around here are bare now. So there won't be very many leaves to kick around soon. I gave y'all a little eyeliner today. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that winged eyeliner, y'all? And they're almost matching. Almost. I can't say I'm not that great with eyeshadow and eyeliner. The lady that I saw at the movie theater though, she has some really nice eyeliner. Yeah, I use cocoa butter on my skin. Hey Snowman, it's been a while. I haven't seen you. I hope you're well. Nobody cared what you talking about in that frozen tundra of a country called Canada. Just kidding. Celsius. Right. What is that? What is 22 Celsius? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I do use shea butter too. Like what I do is I buy the raw shea butter and then I add oils to it to give it a fragrance, and then I whip it up so that it increases in volume and then it's smoother to put on, because raw shea butter is very thick, and so unless you're using it as like a salve, you gotta thin that baby out a little bit to spread it. You gotta thin it out. This is a mixture of lotions. This is a mixture of cocoa butter and body creams and baby oil gel, because I swear by baby oil gel. Those who know. Like I mix my baby oil gel with my cocoa butter. Like that's why I said like I lubed up this morning. It's not even putting on lotion. I call it lubing up because that's what I do. I lubed up. Oh, you know what I think? I think he got here at 8 o'clock today thinking that we were starting our 8 to 5 schedule. That's what I think. That's it, it just dawned on me. No, we start that next week. But anyway, I owe $600 for my turnpike bill. My lady owe about 700. Guess who's going to have to? Oh shit! Nah, I can't. I could not. More power to both of y'all. Oof. Mr. Z, do you know who Kid Fury is? I'm curious. What? 7 degrees? Oh, that sounds like the ghetto. That sounds like the ghetto. I'm sorry. Oh, absolutely not. I'm complaining about how it was 37 degrees when I got in the car this morning. Oh, hell no. I couldn't do 7. No, sir, ma'am, or other. No, thank you. Oh, man, I probably should have hit this up with the lint roller before I left this morning. You see all this stuff on my coat? I didn't see this in the house. Jesus. Anyway, I smell like a newborn baby. Learned a long time ago it's a baby mama magnet. Oh, Mr. Shit to you. Some of y'all are really cool, I swear. Some of y'all. And then some of y'all are not. But look, I'm going to go ahead and get out. Y'all get to see my coat. And then I'm going to kick around some leaves. Hold on, let me open up my hatch. This is my car, Vinny. Vinny is my car's name. I parked a little further from the tree today, but I'm going to turn it so that you can see the tree. There goes the tree. All right. I'm going to just kick them around and I'll come back. Because you can't hear me because I don't have my earphones in. So see, I have my legs out. I'm wearing a skirt. You can see my socks a little bit, but yeah. Gotta keep yourself lubed up. Um, see my jumper cables, and my trusty dusty blanket, just in case I ever get stranded and it's cold and I don't have heat or something like that. Girls gotta be prepared, you know? Girls gotta be prepared. Oh, thank you. You like my earrings? Thank you. As a chronic short hair wearer, I pride myself on my earring collection, right? You got to make sure your earrings are always on point when you have short hair. But now that my hair is growing out, y'all see that hang time coming in? Y'all see that hang time coming in? It's coming in, y'all. As my locks grow, I have them pinned back today because I did a retwist. I don't know if you heard that part of the broadcast, but oh, I do not have a first aid kit in my car. I got a couple band-aids though. I do not have a first aid kit though. A separate channel for ASMR. What would that consist of though? What kind of ASMR would I be doing? That's not a bad idea, but I don't know. I do miss having box braids. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like the difference between having, wait a minute, is that my eyeshadow effing up on the side corner of my eye? Because I gotta fix that. Yeah. I don't know why we do this with our mouth when we're doing stuff with our eyes, but that's something we do. So yeah, also I get hairs that grow on my chin, y'all. And I'm always in the mirror like, did one come out that I didn't see? Because I try to make sure I clip them, I tweeze them regularly. Yeah, me kicking the leaves. The thing is, that's going to be over in like a week because as you can see, most of the trees are bare now. Most of the trees are bare now. So I'm not going to be able to kick leaves for much longer. So we'll have to figure out something else for ASMR. But what started as me just trying to placate my inner child became a little bit of content for me. I was like, why don't I post this? Why don't I start posting this? And then somebody said I looked like I was born in the leaves. I'm like, no, I wasn't born in the leaves. I just, something as a kid that I loved, that, you know, we grow up and we become adults, and I think we do ourselves a disservice by abandoning the very things that used to bring us joy just for the sake of saying we're adults now. There's no reason for it. Yes, Dead Set does have an ASMR channel. He does. But I mean, Dead Set has a really nice voice. Dead Set Anime has a really nice voice. I could listen to his voice for hours. I really could. He could tell me he could read me anything. I would listen to him read the dictionary. I would. Oh my gosh, a year. See, I want to get to that point, but see, Mr. Shook, to you have long locks. You have long locks. Mine are still in the baby dread stage. I'm still in the baby dread stage. Like, for example, this one right here, she refuses to lock. Like, she refuses. Like, she's like locked right here, but like further down the shaft, this is loose. And there's just nothing I can do about that. And it's annoying. And I also have a hair up here that refuses to lock too. It's just a curl, just a random curl. Just a random curl. Coming straight from the root. Doesn't want to join one of my locks. Even no matter how many times I try to twist it in with one of them, it always comes out. And I'm learning to be more accepting of that because locks are not uniform and they don't just do the same thing on everybody's head. And so, I'm just trying to learn that for me, and have more patience and give myself grace. I'm really good at giving other people grace, but I'm not really good at giving it to myself. So if y'all have some extra grace that you want to give me, please do. I appreciate it in advance. Thank you. Um, that one you're pulling in the back will become my Congo lock. What's a Congo lock? Never heard that before. What's a Congo lock? I guess it will, but this is like two of them combined actually, because when my mom first twisted my hair, um, there was two twists right here, but I combined them because they both kept unraveling. See, like, look, what's that? What is that? Why don't you want to get in there with everybody else? Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, I can see what you mean by that. Thick lock. I have one that is thick and it's completely locked in the middle of my head. That one is probably my favorite lock. And it's not curly on the ends. Like some of my locks are curly on the ends just because, like right here, like just because my hair, even when I was wearing my hair loose and I would two-strand twist it, two-strand twists never work in my hair because they would always unravel. Like they would just always unravel. And so when the natural hair nistas was talking about, oh, just do a twist out, I'd be like, I can't do that. And so I started doing bantu knots because that would stay. If I would twist it around on itself and keep it close to the scalp, that would work on my hair. But actual regular two-strand twists, so like when my mom first twisted my hair 4 locks, um she actually had to put knots in them in order for them to stay, especially in the back, because my hair in the back is finer than anywhere else on my head. And this right here, this is my boneless lock. I don't know what that is. I think that's the gel from when I sorry, um was attempting to smooth down my little baby hairs or whatever. But anyway, this lock right here is my boneless lock because it does not stay. Like it's barely locked, y'all. It's like it's like, look, hold on, I'll pull it out. This thing is like, it's boneless. But see, because I just recently retwisted, it's acting really great. But all this from here to here is loose. It's locked right here and down, but from here to about here, this is loose hair. Like if I unraveled it right now, I could put a comb through it. But I digress. We're gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep let it do what it do, and we're gonna keep wetting them, and we're gonna keep giving them oil and a rosemary mist that I make with cloves. That's what we're gonna do. People are starting to pull up now. Take 25. My girl Mega just pulled up. I love her, by the way. Like, we weren't in the same training class, but we sit next to each other in the office, and she just is the coolest, most down to earth, like, mama ever. I typically don't get along with moms. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I think it's because I don't have kids. I don't know, but she's cool. What'd you say? Just let me know about 3 weeks in advance if y'all ever come to Data Broward and want to meet up. Yeah, I will. I will definitely give you the heads up. I would never just pop up on you. Like, I think that's like black people rules. You just don't pop up on people, especially when you coming from out of town. You need to let them know in advance, because if you plan on seeing that person, now you're gonna be up. You're gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Interrupting their natural mode. Like, we all have our routines and stuff, and so when somebody from out of town comes, now you have to uproot your routine to make room for that person. So yeah, I would definitely give you a heads up. That's not even anything you have to worry about. I remember when I had a large fro, I tied into a pair of Afro puffs. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you do that whole 2 times speed thing, and I'll be like, I don't know how he does that, because I feel like when it's that fast, I miss something. But when it's like, I could do 1.75, but 2 times, nah, I don't know what anybody's talking about at that speed. But there's some people like Kimberly Foster. I feel like you have to speed her up because she talks really slowly. Even sped up, it sounds normal pace when you speed up her lives. And I kind of want to talk about what she talked about last week with the whole teen pregnancy thing. I kind of want to talk about that because I think it bears noting with modern women how many of us decided to forego pregnancy at a young age, or at the right age, I'll say. Um, this is problematic. This is a very problematic take, so I apologize to anybody in advance if I offend you. However, the fact that so many of us decided to wait until we were in our 30s to have children, and the amount of babies being born with deficiencies is not a coincidence. Like, we were never supposed to be having babies in our 40s. That was never supposed to be the case. Like, just because it can happen doesn't mean it should happen. And I think that's why we're seeing so many children being diagnosed with mental health disorders, with other physical disabilities. I think that, I mean, how can you not make that correlation? But on the flip side, how can you blame us, and I mean modern women, because I'm a part of that cohort. Although I've never had children and I was physically unable to, I think it bears noting that so much of our upbringing was steeped in, don't get pregnant, don't get pregnant, reach for the stars, but don't get pregnant, don't worry about a marriage, don't get pregnant, like. And Kimberly Foster talked about that. He said, I wish there was a 2.5 speed. You wowin'. Zoom, zoom, for real. Cooking with Sir Senior. Salute to you too. He said, I see you in that burgundy. Is it burgundy? I think it's red. It's full of lint, but I think it's red. I don't know. Red's my favorite color though. So I also have a blue coat. I have a couple of blue coats actually, and a long black one, a long black military coat that I've had for years, and it was made by J-Lo. Don't judge me, y'all. I'm not a J-Lo fan, but the coat is cute. It's a military coat, double-breasted. Is chef's kiss. I will be having that coat for a very long time. Oh, have a nice day, Sick Diggy. This is why I'm so angry at the rich white elite on the right and left. They created the environment that caused women to be working pregnant and having their first child in their 30s and 40s. Yeah. I think there's a conversation to be had. A few conversations to be had about that, because then it made women, like, now you have to placate the women who did wait and now want to have kids in their mid to late 30s, early 40s, because they see other people doing it. And we live in a society where if you can do it, I can do it. And well, somebody else did it, so I can do it. And I mean, how much of that is good? There was a time in society where we were expected to have all our children by the time we were like 25. You started when you were like 18. And if you were planning on having a big family, you kept popping those suckers out until you were about 25. And then by that time, your kids are getting ready to start having kids. So you need that. I don't know. The natural order of things is so effed up now that I just don't even know what to say. But I think, again, it bears having a conversation, a larger conversation about, hey, why are we doing things like this? And what is the fallout from raising kids during a time where, and I'm a product of teen pregnancy. So, of course, my mother didn't want me to turn around and have a baby at 14 like she did. So a lot of the coding that I received growing up was, you've got to work harder, you've got to do better, you've got to keep your nose in the books, which might be the blame for me being a late bloomer, you know, um, because I put off a lot of those things because I was afraid. Like, I was like, I don't even want to get close to doing any of these things because I don't want what comes with it, the repercussions of it. Burgundy's a shade of red, but it was the shade on your lips. But I ain't gonna start nothing. Thank you. I appreciate the love no matter what. I really do. Thank you so much. We live in a society. Oh, he says, in my opinion, it's best to have kids younger while the energy is at its fullest. There's still time to achieve any goals you want to achieve. I agree with you. A lot. These are all things that I've learned as a result of coming to the Black Manosphere, though. Way too late for me. But stuff that I wish I had known when I was in my 20s. Stuff that I wish that my mom and some of the other women in my life would have been more frank and honest about. There's a reason why people have children young. There's a reason why people were getting married young. I get that we don't live in that sort of world anymore, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If you still want to have a traditional marriage, you have to take into consideration what traditionally went along with that. And if you're not able to measure up to that, then perhaps you're not ready for it, right? Which is okay. But then you also have to deal with the fact that if you're not ready for it now, just because you're ready for it 10 years from now doesn't mean you should still get it. You have to be okay with, all right, just because it's available to me doesn't mean I should take it. We live in a society where the corporations are paying to freeze women's eggs so the corporations get the most out of the women. Yeah. Yo, Mr. Z, that's real. But the thing is, you still have a short window. You still have a short window to make that happen. You're not out of it completely. Your age less so than your lady's age. I'm not sure if y'all are the same age, but case in point, one of my good friends from college, she had her second child at 39. I believe she got 38. She had her second child at 38. But he's on the spectrum. And I don't know if that would have been the case if she had done it sooner. She had her first child a few years before that one, and he's fine. But like, it just makes me think about, what are you really getting if you wait that long to have kids? Yes, you can do it. Sure, it can also be done healthily, but you're rolling the dice, man. You're rolling the dice. And it's always a roll of dice. But now the dice has dents and cracks in it, and some of the numerals have been etched out. So I don't know. See, that's the thing. See, Mr. Suge to you says, you got time. Well, yeah, if she's 5 years younger than you, then she's got time for sure. But if the ages were reversed, nah, you wouldn't have time. And that's the thing. I hate that we tell each other that. I hate that we say you got time, because they was telling me that too. Whole time I'm in a relationship and realize I can't get pregnant while in this long-term relationship that I was engaged to marry this man. Oh yeah, by the way, if y'all were planning on having kids, it's not going to happen naturally. And who even thinks about that when you're going to get your normal pap smear? Who even thinks about that? I wasn't thinking about that. But I was forced to. And as my health declined, I was forced to make a decision. And here we are. All right. I'm gonna wrap up this live stream shortly, but thank you all for chilling with me this morning on my ride into work. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a fantastic week, and look forward to I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Maybe during the week is not feasible, but soon I'm gonna do a live stream where I'm gonna really get vulnerable with you guys about what happened to me this summer and all the fallout of just coming to terms with my vulnerability. I'm gonna have a really transparent stream, and I don't know if I will make it a panel stream or if I will just get up here and talk to y'all and let it all out. But I'm gonna do it more so for me than for y'all, more so for my own developmental purposes, because I kind of want to write a book about it too, because it's book worthy. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to marry her first, then it's time to have children. Yes, you better marry that girl. You better marry that girl, Z. We're all rooting for her. We're all rooting for her. I mean, I'm rooting for me first, but I'm rooting for her too. Like, I want to get married too. Like, that's going to happen. And I already put a time limit on it. I think it's going to happen within the next 5 years. I don't think it's going to take as long as 5 years, but I do think that the love I have to offer someone is going to be so encompassing that he is going to want to lock it down for the rest of his life. And so I can't wait for that to happen for me. And I can't wait to come up here and tell y'all all about it. And harken back to this very live stream when I told y'all it was going to happen. Or even some of the previous ones, because I've talked about it before. But y'all know how I like to end my streams. So I'm going to leave you here. And I'm going to wish you all peace, ease, and whatever you please. Have a great week. Make it count. Don't make it count you.